Hi there, it's Jordan, and today I thought it'd be kind of fun if I showed you guys how I do my drawings in Procreate. So right now all I'm doing is I'm exporting my reference image into Procreate and I'm turning on the drawing guide. The reason why I do the drawing guides for the reference picture is so when I'm sketching out my picture, I can get it as accurate as possible. So here I am putting a drawing grid on my fresh dock, and I'm going to start tracing out where I need to be and start sketching my drawing. So if you guys aren't familiar with the grid method, I would highly suggest it. So basically you're just matching up the grids you see on the reference picture with the grids on your picture. So I'm going to say this right now, it's definitely harder to voice over this video just because it's going so fast. So I'm going to try to get as much information in as possible with the time being. So right now, as you can see, I'm drawing the nose very badly. Kind of messed up on that one. So here's me just erasing it, redrawing it. And if you can see, I counted it out and I put a little hash mark where the nose should be opposed to where I drew the nose. So that's a visual representation of why this works so well. I'm also going in and drawing the sunglasses. The sunglasses were also a pretty difficult process too because it's always hard to draw a perfect circle, first of all, and also the angle on them was a little weird. So definitely something that took me a minute. Alright, and as we're finishing that sketch, I'm just going to go through, make sure all my lines are accurate to the reference picture. So let me know if you guys use Procreate in the comments, because I'd really like to know how many people there is out there that actually uses this app. I know there's quite a few on Instagram and in the art community. I know a lot of people just like watching these videos, so I'm kind of wondering how many people actually use this app. And please, if you guys, I'll link my Instagram down below. Please send me your artwork. I'd love to see it. It's always good seeing other people's artwork and seeing what else is out there. Yeah, so filming opposed to just doing your art on your own time was definitely a new process for me. So definitely bear with me, guys, because it definitely was almost a bizarre experience. It kind of felt like someone was like watching over me, like when I was filming, like I felt all pressured to like do the perfect thing, but um yeah, but in the end I liked the result and I liked how it looked on camera. So I'm hoping you guys like this video and I hope I like this video also. I'm filming this at 9 a.m. and I'm still half asleep, drinking my yerba. But we're doing good, folks. Currently stuck in quarantine. With the I don't have the coronavirus, but I'm quarantined because of it. I just realized I get a whole month off school, so that's kind of crazy. Okay, besides the point. Yeah, so I'm almost done with this sketch. I'm just drawing in the hands and the clothing, making sure everything looks perfect. If there's something in the original drawing that you don't enjoy as much, you can always edit it out or make it look right in your mind. I tend to do that often too. So now I'm continuing to make a palette guide, and I'm just picking out a couple of colors that best match the reference photo, and I'm going to put that on that palette. So yeah, I usually choose the lightest color, and the brush I use, I'm not exactly sure the name, I'll edit it in later. You'll see it like right here. But yeah, I usually take the lightest color with the biggest brush, and I usually just first off just color the whole face, like make sure we have a solid color in there. And then I usually take some of the darker colors and I start, getting in those cracks and those shadows and those lines. I do this so we can get rid of the black harsh line sketch as soon as possible. I mostly just use the sketch to make sure I know where I'm at and everything's going to be accurate. But I usually try to get rid of that as soon as possible. Okay, so right here we're going to lose a couple seconds of footage, probably 40 to 50. I've moved on, the sketch is gone, and I'm drawing the glasses now. As you can see, I got in some of those the darker skin tones, and I'm continuing with the glasses. So the glasses are also kind of an interesting process because you have to match them up with the shading of the face, but it's going to be a different color. So definitely when you kind of get tricked that way, you really have to look at your reference picture and make sure that you're getting it as accurate as possible. How many times in this video am I going to say accurate as possible? Because I think we're racking up a count here. Yeah, so as you can see, I'm shading in, making sure everything looks good. Yeah, guys, let me know how you guys are doing with the whole coronavirus thing, because it's like not only like the United States, it's like global. Well, of course it started globally, but it's just weird that like the whole world is going through the same shit right now. I think that's kind of crazy, and I think I don't really know what to expect, because some people say it's like gonna kill you instantly, and then there's like the other people that are like, oh, it's just like the flu, it doesn't matter. But obviously as time goes on, it's looking more and more serious, so I think definitely people should take precautions and wash their hands. I'm still going to work, and they're making us like wash the desks every hour on the hour. We still have hand sanitizer though, so that's pretty good. I think we just rated it from our own store, but if it works, it works. Yeah, so right now I'm doing the shadow for the glasses, and I'm just filling in. I had to do a mix of the skin tone and the blue from the glasses. This kind of tricked me up a little bit because I didn't realize till kind of later on that I needed to add a little bit of purple in there, because the pink in the skin mixing with the blue of the glasses, it kind of made this weird lightish purple that kind of resembles the blue. And so looking at the reference image long enough, I could kind of catch on to that. But yeah, so I'm just drawing in the eye. As you can see, the pupil is definitely blue too. Sometimes that tricks people up. Okay, trust me when I say this. Always shade the eyes as much as possible. It just brings life into them. That's like one thing I could like tell people is shade your eyes. Yeah, when you just have like bright white freaking eyes, it trips everything up. It does not make it look realistic. So try your best to get the proper shading in there and make sure everything looks nice. Yeah, so definitely also if you start to get frustrated on your piece, this isn't even for digital, it's just for any piece, definitely just try to move on to the next section. I'm always kind of a control freak with this kind of stuff, kind of want to make it look perfect. But sometimes as artists, we just look too much into our pieces and see flaws that nobody else is ever gonna see in a million years. So if that happens, just move on to the next thing. You can move on to the clothes, you can move on to the beanie, whatever suits your fancy. um, but yeah, so I'm going in with the lips. The lips are definitely hard because you have to figure out a good balance of what colors you need in there. Oftentimes when you're doing male lips, it's a little bit harder because you're trying to match the reference and you don't want to make it look like they're wearing like lipstick or anything, especially if the reference doesn't show that they're wearing lipstick. I don't judge, sometimes guys wear lipstick, I don't know. Besides the point. But yeah, so definitely make sure you're getting the colors right on the lips. Another tip too is using the color drop tool in Procreate, and you could probably get a couple of skin tones and lip colors from your reference image. That's also not a bad idea if you're starting out and don't really know what colors to use or what's the most accurate colors, so that's also a suggestion. And you can create new colors from the colors you have. That's also a good tip. See, I'm just full of good tips, you know? Not really, but yeah, so I'm going in with the beanie. I did a little bit of a lighter color for the top and then a darker color for like the fold over. And now I'm just going in with the darker oranges and making sure it's all colored in. Okay, by the way, least favorite part of drawing like portraits and faces is the ears. Which is crazy, right? Because literally the ear in this picture is like front and center. I just like to make myself suffer, apparently. But the ears never make sense to me for some reason. They're just never right. So you can see me go back to the ear like 3 or 4 times this whole video. So that's why I'm being all weird about it. Just because I feel like I can never get them right. Okay, if you're wondering, you're probably not, to be honest, but this is actually Conan Gray in 2016, I believe. That's where I got this picture off his Instagram when I was like a freshman, sophomore, something like that. And I'm sure you're probably wondering, like, why do you have a picture of Conan Gray in 2016 from his Instagram? And I do have a good reason for that, don't worry. So 2 years ago, actually, I drew the same exact reference picture. And it was also digital. It was on Adobe Illustrator, I believe. And so I thought it'd be fun if I redrew this picture and showed you guys my progress over 2 years. I thought that would be really fun. So that's what I'm gonna do today, so you guys get a little surprise at the end of the video. And Conan actually used to do art videos, and I used to be like really intrigued by his art videos. He did a lot of like Prismacolor pieces and he used to win a lot of awards. And so I thought, I don't know, he was really good at art and it seemed like he was really passionate about it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I want to do that. I want to be him. I want to win awards. So that's actually kind of why I started my art account and started to like high drive my art and really focus on it. So that's kind of an interesting fun fact, I guess, because a lot of people know Conan now for his music and stuff, which I love his music, by the way, also, but it's just interesting to think that, like, he used to do a lot of art back in the day, and especially in high school. Yeah, so we're going in with the eyes. We're continuing. I'm sorry if I'm jumping all over the place in this video. I kind of didn't have a plan before the time lapse started. I just kind of went in, so don't bully me too bad. It's my first video. I'm still learning. So, yeah, we're trying our best here, though. Don't you worry. Yeah, definitely give me feedback, too. I would love to hear what you guys think about these videos, what you want to see more of, if there's any other things I can cover for you guys. It would be great. I would love it. Yeah, so I'm going back with the shadows, adding a little bit more purple, just because that's what matches the reference best and makes the light look as accurate as possible. Where are we at on the accurate counter? Because we're pretty high. Yeah, and I'm just cleaning up the sides, making sure everything looks clean. Kind of doing some final touches, and I'm going into the hand now. Yeah, make sure you guys really push your darks too on these pictures. I think that's another thing that like really helped me like kind of start to go into the realm of realism. I don't think I'm quite there yet, but I think I'm close. Is really pushing your darks. Like, don't be afraid to like use those really, really dark darks, because I think that's what really ties pieces together most of the time. I think people really want to focus on like, you know, the lights and the highlights and stuff like that, which are also very important, but a lot of people just overlook those darks, which are very, very important. Yeah, so as you can see, I'm turning off and on the sketch guide, and the reason why I'm doing that is just to make sure that everything is lining up, everything looks okay, and knowing where to shade my stuff to make sure it's accurate. There we go, another one. As accurate as possible. So yeah, just putting in those darks, making sure everything looks lined up in the drawing guide, and now it looks like I'm moving on to the clothes. Yeah, so with clothes, I don't think I'm the best at clothes. I think I kind of just do a Hail Mary and go for it. um, which, you know, isn't really bad necessarily. I think I could definitely use more practice in clothes just because, you know, it's not my favorite thing, but it's definitely something I should master because, you know, if you're drawing a bunch of people, you should definitely know how to do clothes. But yeah, with clothes, I usually just kind of follow the reference picture, make sure the darks are darks, the lights are lights. You don't have to match the clothes exactly. I think it kind of adds your own touch when you change around the colors of the clothes or the beanie or whatever you're drawing, the hat. I think it always kind of adds, you know, your own touch to it, which is fun. Everything doesn't have to be always like cut and dry, on point, perfect, you know? That's kind of something I had to learn the hard way too. So yeah, definitely when you're drawing these, you can add your own twist to it, add your own stuff, try new brushes, just try new things. That's the best thing about digital art is that you can do, you know, you can try and do like all different things without the fear of like losing your piece forever or ruining it. Because the beauty of it is it's all digital. You can press the back button, you can press the delete button, you can press the reverse button, whatever you want. It's always going to be there. So don't you worry. Okay, yeah, so I'm going in one more time, making sure all the darks are darks. Yeah, adding a little bit more, making sure everything looks blended. I actually prefer my pieces to look a little more rough than blended. I think I lean that way more because I think people don't understand digital art as much, and when you kind of keep in some of those strokes and some of those like brushes, I think it makes it look a little bit more like art, and I think people would get that a little better. Um, but yeah, if you like blending out your stuff perfectly, just make sure it looks right, it looks okay, that you have those darks in there. Okay, yeah, so I'm about done with this piece, actually. I just added kind of a soft blue color in the background, and I'm just kind of like looking through it, making sure everything looks great in my eyes. Of course, I have to go back in and touch up little things that nobody's gonna see, because that's just the curse of an artist. But yeah, just going in with darks, blending out a little bit, make sure stuff looks, you know, pretty decent. And there's me signing it with the pen, and there it is. Okay, and this is the piece from 2018 opposed to the piece now. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really appreciate you guys watching, and I really hope you like it. Make sure to leave a comment down below saying how you like this video and what you'd like to see me do in the future. Thanks so much. You guys have a good day.